Humanity has conquered mountains, oceans, and even the moon, but there are still places where access is completely forbidden. Not by coincidence, but because of extreme danger, state secrets, sacred beliefs, or real threats to human life. Throughout history, governments, religions, and communities have marked certain zones as untouchable, creating spaces sealed by fear, by law, and by mystery. But now an unsettling question remains. What actually happens inside the 10 most restricted places on Earth? Number 1 may be so shocking that it will leave you speechless. Number 10. North Sentinel Island. The island no one can enter. In the middle of the Indian Ocean, there is a place the modern world simply cannot access. North Sentinel Island is inhabited by a tribe that has remained completely isolated for thousands of years. Its inhabitants reject any kind of external contact and respond with extreme violence to the presence of strangers. Boats that have approached have been attacked, and rescue or exploration attempts have ended in tragedy. The government of India has strictly prohibited any approach to the island to prevent further deaths and, at the same time, preserve the way of life of its inhabitants. This is a territory where the past continues to rule the present. Number 9. Queimada Grande Island, the Island of Snakes. Off the coast of Brazil lies one of the most dangerous islands on the planet. Popularly known as Snake Island, it is home to thousands of venomous snakes in a very small area. Among them is the golden lancehead, whose venom is extremely potent. The concentration of these animals is so high that there is practically no safe place to step. Access is completely forbidden to the public, and only authorized scientists are allowed to go there, under strict safety measures. For many, this place is a true natural death trap. Number 8. Area 51. The most heavily guarded secret in the United States, in the Nevada desert, lies one of the most famous and mysterious military bases in the world. The so-called Area 51 has been the target of speculation for decades. People speak of secret experiments, advanced aircraft tests, and even the presence of non-human technology. The only thing that is truly confirmed is the extreme level of security surrounding this facility. Warning signs, constant surveillance, and military protocols prevent any attempt to get close. The secrecy has turned this place into a global symbol of the forbidden. Number 7. The Vatican Secret Archives. Knowledge hidden from the world inside Vatican City. Some of the oldest and most confidential documents in human history are kept. These archives can only be accessed by a small group of approved researchers. Ancient manuscripts, private letters, and religious records have remained out of the public's reach for centuries. This place has fueled countless theories about information that has never been revealed. What is truly kept within its walls remains one of the best protected secrets in the modern world. Number 6. Poveglia Island, Italy's cursed place. Located on a small island between Venice and Lido, Poveglia is considered one of the most haunted places in the world. For centuries it was used as a quarantine zone for people with the bubonic plague. Thousands of the sick were taken there to die, and their bodies were burned without any kind of ritual. The soil of the island is partly made up of human ashes. Later, a psychiatric hospital was built on the island. According to legends, the doctor who ran the facility began performing brutal experiments on his patients, driven by the supposed voices of the dead. Over time, he lost his sanity and, tormented by unseen figures, threw himself from the tower of the island. Since then, no one has lived there. Fishermen refuse to go near it, and the Italian government has completely forbidden access to the site. Some claim that at night it is still possible to hear distant screams, as if the souls trapped in Poveglia never found rest. Number 5. The Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, the Silent Hell. In 1986, a nuclear disaster changed history forever. After the reactor exploded in Chernobyl, a vast region was evacuated and completely abandoned. Today, this enormous area remains contaminated by invisible radiation, capable of causing deadly illnesses even decades later. Pripyat, the city that was once full of life, has been frozen in time. Schools, hospitals, amusement parks, and homes remain intact, covered in dust and toxic vegetation. The clock stopped, toys remain where the children left them, and the silence is so deep that it is unsettling. Although there are extremely controlled tours, there are areas where entry is absolutely forbidden. In certain zones, just a few minutes of exposure are enough to cause irreversible damage to the human body. Some illegal explorers claim to have seen figures moving among the empty buildings or heard voices in places where, officially, no one lives. Chernobyl is not just an abandoned place. It is a living reminder of one of humanity's greatest mistakes. Number 4. Mount Kailash, the mountain no one can climb. Located in Tibet, Mount Kailash is considered sacred by several religions. It is seen as the spiritual center of the world, and, out of respect, it is forbidden to climb it. Even so, some expeditions have tried to challenge this rule, and all of them failed. Unexplained equipment malfunctions, extreme weather conditions, and reports of strange phenomena reinforce the idea that this mountain does not want to be conquered. More than a geographical point, it is an untouchable symbol for millions of people. Number 3. The Bermuda Triangle, where everything disappears. Between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico lies an area of the ocean famous for the unexplained disappearance of ships and airplanes. Over the years, countless cases have remained without explanation. Failing instruments, interrupted communications, and anomalous weather conditions have fueled its legend. Although science presents some theories, the mystery remains. For many, this is a point where logic simply vanishes. Number 2. Ebak Mountain, a place that affects the human mind. In isolated regions of Norway, there are reports of a mountain where no one can remain for very long. People who have tried to explore it describe an extreme sense of anguish, disorientation, and loss of control. For this reason, there is no tourist interest or official routes to it. Access is neither documented nor promoted. Its reputation has turned this location into a place avoided even by those who live in nearby areas. Number 1. The Aokigahara Forest, the most unsettling of all, located at the base of Mount Fuji in Japan. This forest is known worldwide for its connection to countless tragedies. Its dense vegetation, absolute silence, and the difficulty of finding a way out create a deeply disturbing atmosphere. Authorities carry out constant patrols to prevent further loss of life, but this place's dark reputation remains intact. For many, it is not just a forest, but a space charged with negative energy and suffering, considered one of the most frightening places on the planet. All of these locations share one thing in common: they are surrounded by silence, not the ordinary silence of an uninhabited space, but a silence that is imposed, protected, guarded, or feared. They are points on the planet where humanity has chosen not to go any further, where technology, science, religion, politics, or the instinct for survival itself has drawn an invisible line. Beyond that line, access becomes a crime, a danger, or a one-way journey. In some cases, the reasons are tied to the protection of ancient peoples, cultures that have survived for thousands of years without contact with the outside world. In others, they involve extreme national security measures, places where projects are developed that must never come to light. There are also spaces filled with spiritual significance, where millions believe that forces reside that should not be disturbed. And finally, there are territories marked by human pain, by death, by energies that still disturb those who venture too close. What is unsettling is not only the fact that these places exist. What is truly frightening is that they are part of the same world we live in. They are not in another dimension or on a distant planet. They are here, some just hours away from major cities, hidden on islands, in jungles, deserts, mountains and forests that still appear on maps but in practice have been erased from human access. The future of these places is uncertain. Some will remain sealed forever. Others may be opened, studied, or even explored. But every decision made about them will carry consequences for humanity and for the balance of what remains untouched or unknown. The real question is no longer whether one day we will be able to visit them, but whether we truly should. How far should our curiosity go? And what price would we be willing to pay to discover what these places keep in silence?